Well, that was the end of the day's play of the second day of this test match between Pakistan versus England. Pakistan putting together 556 runs in their first innings, courtesy that wonderful knock by Shan Masood at the top, making 151. Salman Agha with that crucial knock as well. He's got 300s now in his test career, and this one was a fantastic one considering the rate at which he scored those runs. So plenty to talk about in today's show. But England in response also putting together 96 for 1 with Zach Crawley leading the run-getting department, making those 64 runs, and England are now trailing by 460 runs. Back on pitch side, and you've got to say that England have put up a good fight first up with the bat. Pakistan did well earlier on in the day, where you've got that brilliant knock by Salman Agha. We'll be talking more about that as well. And in response, Zach Crawley really leading things for England, considering the fact that Ben Duckett didn't open that batting lineup. So plenty to talk about. I've got my lovely guests here with me, Arooj Mumtaz and David Kaur join us. Arooj, welcome back to Pitchside. Pitchside was definitely missing you a lot. So great start for Pakistan in terms of just putting together that total that we're talking about. But it's very clear that it's not going to be very easy for them when it comes to the bowling, because we've seen the kind of wicket that's there, and considering the fact that England is scoring at 5 and over, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I think those were always going to be concerns. The rate at A which England score the runs, and they're used to scoring those big runs very quickly, and B, the placid track. So you know that your bowlers will also have to work as hard to curtail the England scoring rate and pick up wickets, because picking up wickets will be the only way you're going to stop England from coming back at you. Hence why that first big inning score was required. And you mentioned Salman Agha. I think credit to him, the position at which he bats in, because he almost bats with the tail more often than not, and then the rate at which he scores his run. So I think credit towards the back end to Salman for putting on that massive first inning score.
It was a fabulous knock by Salman Agha, David. We've seen him contribute in that middle order now, and he's quite a crucial all-rounder now, proving to be a crucial all-rounder for Pakistan, because he can bowl as well, and then to be able to come out and score the kind of 100 he did speaks volumes of his character.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it. It was a very, very good 100. I mean, what he was very good at, if you remember, just after lunch he came out and attacked the spinners, and he used his feet so well, he hits the ball so cleanly that when that ball gets hit, it stays hit. What he was good at was raising the pace. So straight after lunch, the pace of the game accelerated forward. England, to their credit, then managed to peg it back a bit again. But these shots are high-quality shots. I mean, these all around the wicket as well. So straight down the ground is very strong. Those sweep shots, of course, very effective at changing angles. I mean, it was a very, very high-quality innings.
It was absolutely a high-quality innings by Salman Agha. We saw some brilliant fielding attempts as well today. Arooj, that near catch by Chris Woakes, which was then of course not declared a catch, much to the disappointment of all the English fans. But you've got to say it was a great attempt. I'm sure Salman must be watching that, and probably he had his heart in his mouth.
Oh, 100%, especially when you see for Chris Woakes to judge the trajectory of the ball, then the awareness of where the boundary cushions are, and then to have enough, because the momentum of the ball takes you over and behind the boundary. We're just having a look at it. So and all of that, for him to take the catch, have the awareness to jump back and then throw the ball back in. It was just that his right foot that we saw didn't get off the ground, didn't get the clearance while he took the catch return while coming back in. So, but phenomenal effort. Sadly, the result not in their favour.
The middle order did step up for Pakistan, because we've spoken about Salman Agha's innings, but even South Shakil, you know, considering the fact that he's somebody who has started scoring runs for Pakistan. He scored a lot of runs in domestic cricket for Pakistan as well. So after Abdullah Shafiq got out and Shan Masood got out, it was good to see that the other guys were stepping up as well.
Well, Saud started on day one, didn't he? And he's very controlled. He's very easy on the eye, and he times the ball well. The only thing against him, I think, today was that there were times where I think some of our co-commentators felt he could have sort of pressed the foot a little harder on the pedal, but he's a very good judge of line and length. He's very good against the spin. He got a bit becalmed. That was the only thing. On a day where, at the end of it all, to be honest, Pakistan will be very happy with that first innings total. He'll be very happy with his contribution. And what really bodes well for Pakistan here is that after all the trials and tribulations of the past couple of series, and people not making the runs they're expected to make. What they've done is they've come here to Multan on a very good batting pitch, and they've, to use an old expression, filled their boots, which is exactly the way to regain a bit of confidence.
Ben Duckett, England has had their share of injury problems, and we saw that he got hit on his thumb as well, which is why he didn't really come out to bat. We're hoping that he's okay, David.
Well, England's definitely hoping he's okay, because he's such a vital component at the top of the order. He can obviously slot in. If all is well tomorrow, he can slot in. But the irony is here that Abrar has done much more damage with the bat than he has as yet with the ball. Final shot of the innings. I mean, it was travelling quite quickly towards Duckett. You saw in slow motion how it just hit him right on the end of the thumb. Now, they haven't sent it for a scan, so they're not expecting any breakage as such. If it settles down overnight, there'll be plenty of ice and strapping overnight. And if he can probably take a couple of painkillers and get through that, then he can still add something to the mix. But it wasn't the sort of thing they wanted to see at the end of the innings.
Pakistan needed early wickets, Arooj, when they came out to bowl, and they got that in the form of Ollie Pope, of course, their captain, with a brilliant catch by Amir Jamal.
Oh, fantastic. It's not easy. It's one of those which takes a reflex catch, but the anticipation of the ball, you're in that position where you know the ball will fly, and for him to take that catch behind him with that one right hand, absolutely brilliant. I think Naseem Shah can owe that wicket to Amir Jamal. Absolutely phenomenal.
How important was Zach Crawley's knock today, David? We've seen him score runs for England at the top, but the kind of intent he showed sort of really made England in the driver's seat towards the back end of the day, because it's very clear that that's the kind of approach that they will be sort of leading into this test match.
Well, the first impressive thing is that he's had no practice. He had the injury in the summer. It was quite a bad break to his little finger, so he's had very little practice. Few rounds of golf, he comes into this game and makes it look as though he's in perfect form. So the gist of his game is very straightforward. If it's slightly wide of off stump, he gets his hands through. If it's on his legs, if you try and change your line, he's very, very strong through there. There is a sort of little spot round about off stump and on the length where he'll just defend, and that's about it. Otherwise, he's a very, very fluent player, and he was playing today, I think, somewhere near his very, very best. So that's tricky. Flat pitch, batsman playing at his best is going to get runs.
Well, thank you so much for your thoughts, David. His innings is going to be extremely crucial tomorrow. We'll take a short break, and when we are coming back from the break, we'll be joined by the man of the moment, Salman Agha. Back on pitch side, and quick reminder of how day 2 went for Pakistan and England. Pakistan making 556 contributions from Shan Masood, Salman Agha. He played a special knock, Abdullah Shafiq, and in response, England are 96 for 1 with Zach Crawley in at the top, scoring 64 runs. Well, before the break, we spoke about how crucial that knock was by Salman Agha and the pace at which he scored those runs. We've now been joined by him as well. Salman, thank you so much for joining us on pitch side. पहले तो बहुत आपको मुबारक हो. बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त किस्म की आपने इनिंग्स खेली, और सबसे अच्छी चीज़ जो हम सबको नज़र आई और जो अप्रिशिएट की लोगों ने, वो ये थी कि जिस पेस पे आपने खेला. तो क्या ये एक कॉन्शियस डिसीजन थी आते हुए कि मैं रन रेट को ज़रा एक अच्छे स्ट्राइक रेट के साथ खेलना?
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं, क्योंकि मैं कोशिश करता हूँ जब मैं स्पिनर्स के अगेंस्ट बैटिंग करता हूँ तो किसी भी सिचुएशन में तो मैं अटैक करने का सोचता हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं उनको टेक ऑन कर सकता हूँ. तो वो कोई ऐसी मेरा प्लान नहीं था कि उनको मैं मतलब तेज़ खेलूँगा या ऐसा नहीं, लेकिन मैं स्पिनर्स पे अटैक करता हूँ, वो मेरी नेचुरल गेम है, तो मैंने वही किया था.
ठीक है, बट ये गेम प्लान कोई डिस्कशन हुई थी वहाँ पे जेसन गिलेस्पी के साथ, मैनेजमेंट के साथ, कि जी थोड़ा सा अब ज़रूरत है कि एक मूव ऑन करे पाकिस्तान टीम, क्योंकि ऑफ कोर्स दिन भी गिनने हैं और आगे मैच भी जीतना है?
बिल्कुल, उनको पता है कि मेरी गेम ये है और मुझे भी आइडिया है, तो उन्होंने कहा था अपनी नॉर्मल गेम करना जो आप खेलते हो, उसमें ओबियसली जब मैं अपनी गेम करूँगा और मैं अगर विकेट पर रहूँगा तो रन बनते रहेंगे, उसमें ऑटोमेटिकली मतलब टीम का भी रन बन जाएगा.
सलमान, एक और चीज़ जो बहुत ज़रूरी है, जब से आपने टेस्ट क्रिकेट खेलना शुरू किया तो इनिंग्स के बैक एंड पे अक्सर आप टेल के साथ बैटिंग करते हैं. इनफैक्ट यहीं पे आई थिंक मामला शुरू हुआ था पिछले इंग्लैंड की सीरीज़ में भी. उसमें कितना मुश्किल होता है, और ऑल्सो लगता अब ऐसा है कि हमारी टेल लंबी भी और कुछ बेहतर भी होती चली जा रही है?
मतलब ज़ाहिर बात है, आसान तो नहीं है उनके साथ खेलना बार बार, लेकिन मैं पिछले शोज़ में भी बोल चुका हूँ कि मुझे अब उस चीज़ की आदत भी पड़ गई है और मैं मतलब उसको मैंने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि मेरे यही बैटिंग आई कि मैं अपनी जो प्रिपरेशन होती है किसी भी सीरीज़ की उसको इसी तरह करता हूँ, ये चीज़ों को अपने जहन में रख के, और अब मैं मतलब क्या लगे यूज़ टू हो गया उस चीज़ से।
ठीक है, टेल का जिस तरह रूज ने मेंशन किया कि टेल के साथ कैसे बैटिंग करनी चाहिए, वाज गुड टू सी कि मिडिल ऑर्डर पाकिस्तान का परफॉर्म कर रहा है। साउथ शकील की भी जो इनिंग्स थी, यू नो, ओवरऑल टीम की बैटिंग जब इस तरह से परफॉर्म करती है तो पूरा एक कॉन्फिडेंस टीम का ऊपर जाता होगा।
जी बिल्कुल, मैं अभी कुछ दिन पिछली सीरीज़ में मैं एक स्टैट्स देख रहा था कि मैं, रिजवान भाई और साउथ, हम तीनों की मतलब टॉप एवरेज है अभी जो भी लास्ट 5, 6, 7 की पूरे मतलब वर्ल्ड में। मेरे ख्याल से अभी लो ऑर्डर और मिडिल ऑर्डर में काफ़ी परफॉर्मेंस साउथ कंसिस्टेंटली परफॉर्म कर रहा है, इवन रजी भाई कंसिस्टेंटली परफॉर्म कर रहा है, मेरे रन्स भी आ रहे हैं, तो ये एक अच्छी चीज़ है पाकिस्तान के लिए।
ठीक है, दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि आप ऑब्वियसली एक कंप्लीट ऑलराउंडर हैं, आप बॉलिंग भी बहुत अच्छी कराते हैं और हो सकता है अब आपकी बॉलिंग की काफ़ी ज़रूरत हो पाकिस्तान को, कंसिडरिंग हमने देखा था थोड़े से क्रैक्स भी हैं। क्या लगता है विकेट कैसे बिहेव कर रही है, कितना हेल्प करेगी स्पिनर्स को, बिकॉज अभी तक तो बैटिंग पैराडाइज ही लगा है फर्स्ट 2 डेज़ में।
बिल्कुल, अभी तक तो मतलब ऐसी सच कोई हेल्प मिलना शुरू हुई नहीं है, लेकिन क्रैक्स जो नज़र आ रहे हैं बज़ाहिर वो खुलना शुरू हो चुके हैं, तो मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ कल लेटर ऑन और परसों शायद मुझे लगता है कि काफ़ी डिविएशन शुरू हो जाएगी।
ज़ैनब, आई डोंट थिंक कि शायद वाली बात है। इनफैक्ट मेरी सलमान से बात हुई थी कि जब बांग्लादेश में इन्होंने खुद कहा था कि मैं पार्ट टाइमर नहीं, जब 30 ओवर बंदा करा लेता तो कंप्लीट ऑलराउंडर। अच्छा सॉरी सलमान, बॉलिंग की भी बात कर लेते हैं बिकॉज आई थिंक आप अब ऐसे प्लेयर बन गए हैं एंड आईड लाइक प्रॉब्ली से अक्रॉस फॉर्मेट्स जिनकी अब 11 में बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट जगह बनती है, तो बॉलिंग के ऊपर कितना है, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली कहीं ना कहीं वो सेकंड स्पिनर के तौर पे आपको बल्क ऑफ द ओवर्स आएंगे।
बिल्कुल, मैंने सिंस ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज़ में ये सोचता हूँ कि जब मैं बैटिंग कर रहा हूँ तो मैं बैट्समैन हूँ और जब बॉलिंग करता हूँ तो मैं बॉलर अपने आप को सोचता हूँ। इसी तरह मैं अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करता हूँ और इसी तरह मतलब चैलेंजेस को लेता हूँ और अब मैं कल के लिए भी एक्साइटेड हूँ।
ठीक है, एक्साइटेड तो आप बिल्कुल हैं, बस जाने का मेरा ख्याल है आपका टाइम आ गया, आपको भी वेल डिजर्व्ड रेस्ट चाहिए। ये बताएं, इज देयर एनीवन इन पर्टिकुलर हु इज रियली हेल्प्ड यू आउट विद योर बैटिंग एंड जस्ट जनरली इवॉल्विंग एज अ प्लेयर, बिकॉज आपकी एवोल्यूशन जो है इज देयर फॉर एवरीवन टू सी।
बिल्कुल, आप कह सकते हैं कि मेरे जो चाइल्डहुड कोच हैं वो मलिक सरवर साहब, उनसे काफ़ी बात करता रहता हूँ, और दूसरा मुझे लगता है कि मोहम्मद यूसुफ साहब, मैंने उनके साथ काफ़ी काम किया, मतलब NCA में काफ़ी काम किया, तो वो काफ़ी कुछ बताते रहते हैं और उन्होंने जो चीज़ें बताई हैं वो काफ़ी हेल्प करी इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में भी।
चलें, थैंक यू सो मच सलमान एंड वी विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट। आगे बॉलिंग भी करानी है, ज़रूरत भी पड़ेगी, होपफुली Pakistan also has a great day. But thank you so much for your time and thank you so much, Aruj, for your thoughts as well. It's the end of day 2 of this test match between Pakistan and England. But we've got an all-important day 3 lined up for you tomorrow. It's going to be an important one because I think by the end of day 3, we will have a fair idea where this test match is heading. We'll join you guys tomorrow at 9:25 a.m. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed today's action. That's pretty much all that we have for you from here. Until tomorrow, it's goodbye.